Make sure you send till the end. If not fixed on time, that code can cause you quite a bit of trouble and you may spend hundreds and even thousands of dollars in damages. Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys having a Dodge Challenger. If you have one of those, you have check engine light and code P0455, which actually indicates large evap leak detected. Stay with us, we'll explain what can easily cause that, how to fix it, and also if not fixed on time, how it can affect your car and you may end up spending thousands of dollars in repairs. We'll explain why. Make sure you stay until the end. So before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, guys, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. If you need to buy any parts, tools for your Dodge Challenger or any car you want to save quite a bit of money, get them at a really good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tools and supplies from. So let's start on it now. So what do we have here, guys? 2018 Dodge Challenger that we'll be working on. Let's talk about that now. What can easily cause that code and how to fix it and how it can affect your car. So evap leak, guys. What is the evap system? This is the evaporative emission system, guys. The evap system is super important. Cars without evap systems are illegal nowadays. Okay, if they're built after a certain date, practically. Now if you have like a 60s, 70s model, it's legal because it actually met the requirements, the EPA requirements back in the day. But newer cars will have evap system. The evap system is, okay, let's remove that engine cover just to show you what it does, guys. You have that special valve, okay, that has two hoses, one coming in, one going out. So, you know, when you have gasoline in the fuel tank, gasoline will move around with heat, it will expand, it will create fuel vapors, fumes. Back in the day, they used to be released in the atmosphere practically through a vent, or even the gas cap wasn't even sealed all the way. So nowadays, it's actually closed. So those vapors do not go in the atmosphere and you're not killing the atmosphere and your car is more efficient too. And that hose right here, it's coming from the fuel tank. So when the engine computer detects that you have enough pressure in the fuel tank, you have one special sensor that detects the amount of pressure, how much pressure you have in the fuel tank. It will tell that valve right here to open and it will bring the fuel vapors to that hose right here, and that hose will connect to the intake manifold and the fuel vapors will be injected in the engine. They will burn through the engine. That will give you, if your car will be efficient, it will not pollute the atmosphere, so it's a win-win situation. But when you have code P0455, that indicates that you have a large evap leak. That could happen if that valve is stuck all the way open. Okay, if that valve is stuck open, guys, that can easily happen. Another thing it could be, and if you want to see how to test the purge control valve, it's known as a purge control valve, we have a special video on the channel that will explain how to test purge control valve on Dodge Challenger. Another thing, it could be that hose all the way from here to the canister, that device that catches the fuel vapors. If you have a leak anywhere from here all the way to the back of the car where the fuel tank is, that can cause that code as well, but it has to be pretty big leak. And something that most people never even think about, that code could be triggered by something really simple, guys. Maybe you just forgot to install your gas cap. Okay, let me grab the key quick because that cap actually locked itself. Oh no, I unlocked it, perfect. And if you look at that cap now, if you take it off, all the vapors will come out. And eventually your engine light will come on and the engine computer will say, okay, we couldn't build fuel pressure in the fuel tank, so there is a big leak somewhere. Another thing, the cap has a gasket here, and if that gasket fails, we've seen where it falls apart all the way, or it has multiple cracks, that can cause that code as well. Or the valve in the cap, you have a special valve, and what it's for, if for some reason the evap system quits working, you don't want to build too much pressure in the fuel tank because that can lead to explosions. Practically that cap valve, when it reaches a certain pressure, will release the fuel vapors in the atmosphere through this hose. So practically, guys, you can see it's a safety system, but fuel cap that you forgot, a fuel cap that's malfunctioning, purge control valve that's stuck open, or broken evap line somewhere. That's one of the most common ones. If you guys wonder, can I drive with that evap leak, it can cause a long-term damage to the engine, because often it really depends on where it is too. But one thing, you will not pass emissions. If you don't pass emissions, you might be told by a shop, okay, you need new cats, new practically oxygen sensors, things like that. Sometimes they can cheat you guys too. I've seen that happen in the past. But if you have a problem with the purge control valve where it's stuck open, that can cause actually lean fuel mixture. That lean fuel mixture means that the engine is getting more air, the same amount of fuel. So eventually the oxygen sensors will detect that. They'll tell the engine computer we need more fuel. Engine fuel injectors will spray more fuel, and that can cause running hot in the exhaust. It can burn oxygen sensors and catalytic converters. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.